Hi guys, how are you? This is George. Welcome back to our GH live stream room. So today we're going to share this kit for you. For the G646, for this kit, it's including 4 pieces stapler, the base, the activator, and the top, and the brush saver, and 6 pieces the fast shine dipping powder. Today's kit is with 6 pieces, the classic red colors. So actually for the red colors you could see and we're still the pink, like the Lollipop colors. So actually later we are going to using this kit to do the designs by the Lollipop design. So actually for our kits we got 108 total colors, from the light to the dark and with the shimmer. And actually for those color, you could by searching GHdip on Amazon.com, you could got 18 kits information about that. And for the kits, later we are going to launch more products for you, and including the dip powder accessories kits and 12 pieces the fast giant dipping powder kits. And actually today's design, as you can see, for those color is from the G646, and for this color it's from the G6605. It's 146. This color is the glitter, the silver glitter. So actually for this G646, we later will have the limited time lightning deal of this kit on your Saturday, the 8th August, for this kit to Pacific Daylight Times 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. for this kit, the G646. So guys, today's tutorial of doing the Lollipop colors. So let's go to do the tutorial. Let's see. So first, we already done all preparation. We already pushed back the cuticle and do all preparation. Now here's the color. We need to roll and shade the powder like that and open it. So for our nail technician, I'm going to show you the numbers of the color we're using. Every time you need to roll the powder like that and to avoid the powder sticking together. Because we are doing the demo and to show you how to do all these colors, actually we will open all caps. But if you are at home, you do not need to open all caps because you don't want the powder mixed together. So now we're going to show you for these two colors. We need to do the preparation. If you have the balm or the primer, that you can use them. If you don't have, you could buy our dip powder accessories kits. We have the balm prepared. We need to dry your nail beds and make your nail beds to get dry, then the powder will be more stick with it. So we need to clean all those now. Today we're going to show you 10 fingers and how to do the design with the Lollipop design and with the decals. So we need to wipe off any oil. So for the designs, our nail technician going to using the base. We need to apply the base to your entire nail. And actually for every time you need to apply it, very thin layer, and you need to apply the brush evenly. Here's the point. And you need to brush it from the middle left to the right for your full fingers. And then we are going to using the brush to help to do the ombre. We need to apply the powder and sprinkle on your nail plate. You need to do the step like that. Tap, 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 tap on the nails. And for the color, you could select the dark color on the bottom and the light color on the top. And actually you could select any two colors to combine with this kit. And tile off any excess. Because we need to show you for those two fingers to do the designs. So we will do 2 fingers together for both hands. So first you need to apply the base to your entire nail with light layer. And then to apply the powder and sprinkle on your nail plate from the top. Actually, if you think you cannot control it, you could prepare to brush, but actually for our fast shine dipping powder, you need to apply a little bit fast. You can. We need to using the dust remove brush to help to tap off, to remove the powder from your nail plate. And actually for the second layer, we need to apply it. Very thin layer too. You need to brush evenly every time. And to apply the powder by using the brush, you need to tap on the top, and the powder will sprinkle like that. Then your ombre now will look more natural, and the line won't be so obvious. Because you chose two different colors, you can select the light and the dark colors to combine and tie off. Using this brush to brush off any powder. For this finger, we're still doing the same step. We need to repeat this step for 2 coats. Actually, for our powder, 2 coats is enough to do 3 coats. Actually, if you want to do more coats, that you apply it evenly for another coat later on. We need to brush evenly and then to using the brush to apply. From the top, using the light color. And to tap, and turn to another dark colors. If you are first to using our fresh shine dipping powder, actually for the specs, you need to control more fast. And if you think the designs of ombre isn't good, that you could fix it by the 3rd coat. You need to using dust remover brush to help you to brush off. For the ombre now, we already designed for these 2 fingers. For another, we need to using the base again. For the base, you need to brush it evenly and do not let the base to get on your cuticle, because first your cuticle skin won't feel good, and actually where your base in, that's your powder will stick with it. So do not let the base to get on your cuticle. And tie off. For this finger, we are going to use a solid color. It's a normal step. Actually, 2 coats is enough to brush it evenly and turn to your finger 45-degree angle and dip into the powder, stay for a second. And take out and tie off. And using a brush to help you to tap off. And for this dust remover brush, actually you can find from our dip powder accessories kit too. Because for that kit, you'll find all nail tools you want when you're doing your dip powder nails. And dip into the powder, stay for a second and take out. And tie off. And using a brush to help you, because you do not want the powder to get on your brush. And actually for our powder, because it's a fast shine dipping powder, it could be dry within 30 seconds. Actually, when you brush to tie on, then you won't feel sticky with your brush, because the powder already dry. Every time you need to let the nails to in the powder, stay for a second and take out. And using the brush to help you to brush off. So for this color, we already done. So now we need to take out the decals, the sequins. And today we are going to using both sequins. For those 2 sequins, actually you can find it from Amazon, or later we're going to launch it if you have some suggestion of our product. We need to using the base to apply the base to your entire nail again. Because later you need to let the decals to stick there with your nails. But you need to brush it evenly every time. Now we're using the trickster. We're using the trickster to help you to put the decals, the sequins, to on your nails randomly. Actually, you could design any you want, because this color of the sequins is very light, and you won't feel it very strong on your nails. So actually you could use a trickster to help you, or anything that you think is more helpful for you when you use it to stick it with your nail plate. You can use it randomly. You can select 2 or 3 different kinds. It just looks like the Lollipop. It looks pop because this kind of the color is super popular in the summer. And actually it's fit for you to how to go out for the dates and or the girls days that you could find. You could make those designs. It fit for the daily life. So you could use them to use the trickster to help you more stick with it. And actually for our base it will protect it. It will stick with the sequence. You cannot to choose the large glitter like the chunky glitter, because the chunky glitter may be a little bit hard to stick. So for another finger, actually we're doing the same stuff. We need to apply the base to your entire nail and brush evenly every time. And using the same way, the same method, to help you to let the sequence the more stick with your nails. And actually for the toes, you could using the trickster to help you. If you find it enough for the design, that's your turn to another sequence. For both sequence, for both the decals is so light that you won't feel it will sharp on your nail edge. And every time you need to use the trickster to help you to let your sequence to post on the right position. So now for those, both fingers we already done the design. We need to keep the cap tightly closed, no matter your powder or anything. So now we're going to using the natural powder. For this powder is 2 ounces. You can find this from our the powder accessories kit. Actually, for that the powder accessories kit, you could find so many nail tools that you will using on the powder nails. For this natural powder, the clear powder, we use it to act the cover powder to protect your design. So this time we need to apply the base to your entire nail too, because last layer we already stick it with together. So now we're using the nail tips to help you to scoop the clear powder and to sprinkle on your nails. This way it won't fill your nails with too thin layer, because this time we do not suggest that your finger to dip into the clear powder directly. We need to using the nail tips to help you to scoop the clear powder, because this way that your nails won't feel very hard or stick. This way you can using the nail tips or any cuticle pusher to help you to scoop the powder and sprinkle on your nail. It will help to protect your nail design. And tap off. And every time tap off the clear powder. So for another nails, the middle finger we are going to using the same way, because for both two head we are going to using the same way to do the design. It's for today our model is using the natural nails. For this time we need to using the brush to help you. This is the small glitter. We're going to using the brush to help you to tap on your nails, and actually you could using the trickster to help you to adjust the design. Every time you need using the trickster to help you, because the trickster is kind of the using way to help you to do the design like that, to put your glitter on the right way. So, and to using the liquid white to clean your trickster. So now we are going to use in the base again. For the base, every time remember you need to brush it evenly. Every time you need to, because no matter what, how many layers, that's your base is important, because our base isn't too thick. It's kind of thin base, so you won't feel your nails feel so strong and with too thick layer on. So we need to apply it and using the trickster to help you to let the glitter to get on the right way. Every time you need to using the trickster to help you, because that you will get more perfect designs of your nails. So for those two fingers, we already done the design, but we need to using the clear powder to help to protect. For this dip powder, the clear powder is the fast shine dipping powder too. So it have the same system. It could be dried within 30 seconds by itself. So every time we need to using the clear powder to help you. But if you are using another brand of the clear powder, remember you need to using the activator to dry it. But if you are using our fast shine clear powder, the natural powder, the GH001, actually you will find that it could be dried within 30 seconds, that you won't need to using the activator. To brush the base to your entire nail, then using the nail tips to help you. Or the critical pusher, that you scoop the powder and sprinkle on your nails. This layer is a very light layer that it will protect your design, but another very good usage is to protect your design. And later we are going to do the filing and the buffing. For another fingers, we are gonna to using another colors. For this color is from our G6462. For this color is just like the prom red. The prom red just like this color is called 68. We need to dip into the color, stay for a second and tap off. For both finger, we are going to using the same color. We need to brush your base to your entire nail and to let them to brush evenly, and then turn your finger 45 degrees and dip into the powder and tap off. This color is the prom red, it's the 68. This prom red is super cool. And now we need to apply the base again to your entire nail from the left to the right. And every time brush it evenly. And dip into the powder. Stay for a second. And take out and tap off. And using the dust remove brush to help you. And every time you need to brush it evenly. For our powder, our colors, actually we suggest 2 to 3 coats is enough. And actually we need to brush it evenly for your base. And do not let the base to get on your cuticle. And then to tap off. For those two the colors already done, we need to move another fingers. For this finger, for the glitter, we need to brush it. Brush it evenly from the middle left to the right, and actually we need to dip into this color. It's the silver glitter. For the silver glitter is from the G6605. Is the color of 146, the number. The glitter, the silver glitter you could find from our G6605, 146. And actually for this color, it's the silver glitter. And you can find it from our G6605 146. For this kits, actually you could use them to do the deco or you to do the solid nail like that. Because today we are using a little bit dark red color that's using the silver, that you can see the colors will be more obvious. This combine is using to help you. We need to brush it from the middle left to the right. For this color, we need to use a clear powder to help you to protect it, because later we're going to do the filing and buffing. For our nail technician is using only one layer. And then using the clear powder to help you. You can using the 2 coats or 3 coats. It depends on you. So now here's the 65. For the 65, we're going to using on the final fingers. We need to brush evenly for your base from the middle left to the right. And then to dip into the powder, stay for seconds and take out. And using the dust remover brush to help you. And actually we need to apply another layer on for the second layer. As you can see, if you follow our step, you can find our brush won't be get so dirty because our powder, it needs to a little bit time to get dry. So every time you need to tap off and using the brush to help you, and then go get another layer on. That's your powder already a little bit dry. That's your brush won't be get so dirty. But if you find the brush get dirty, you do not need to worry. First, you need to wipe off any excess dip glue, and then to put in your brush saver, and then to clean by the brush saver and take out. So it's super easy to using this kit when you doing the powder nails, because we got all the essential glue for you to do your perfect powder nails. And then to tap off every time, because this color is kind of the dark color. If you are first using our powder, that you do not need to worry. The brush could be cleaned by the brush saver. If you do not know how to clean by the brush saver, that you could find our previous video that you could see how to use that. So after using, we need to keep the cap tightly closed. Now we're going to using the nail drill, the machine, to help you to fire off any place you think's not good or bumpy or uneven. First, we need to fire off the glitter nail first, because this color is a little bit light because the silver color. We won't want other color to influence this design. So for the step, I need to remind you guys, actually, if you, after doing the glitter or after you doing the sequins on your design, you need to using the clear powder to help to protect your design. For that clear powder, you can find this from our dip powder accessories kit. For the dip powder accessories kit, we have the 2-ounce clear powder of our natural powder. Actually, for 2 ounce, it's the 4 times larger than the ½ ounce. You could use it for a long time. It's durable for that. You need to using the nail drill or the nail file to help you to fire off any place you think is bumpy. Because our design already using the nature powder to protect it, you do not need to worry when you do a filing whether the glitter or the sequins will be removed off. It won't be, because our clear powder, it helps to seal your design. And for the clear powder, if you are using our fast shine dipping powder, you can find it won't need to using the activator before you doing the filing or the buffing. But if you are using the clear powder or the nature powder from other brands, that you need to using the activator to make it dry. So remember, here's the difference. If you are using our GH fast shine dipping powder, that you do not need to using the activator to make it dry before you doing the buffing or the filing. So every time using the machine, you do not need to forget the critical area. Using this file to help you. This file is using for the artificial nails. It helps you to fire your nail edge and with fine shape. Because this file, it will be with the 100 and 180 grit. You could choose both sides. If you don't have the machine, that you could use this nail file to help you to fire off any bumpy paste. Because we have the nail gel, we have the nail machine, that we won't use it to fire off the powder nail surface. If you do not have the nail gel, you can use this nail file to fire off any place you think is bumpy or uneven. But we just use it to smooth up the nail edge only. So return to the nail buffer. For the buffer, for the nail file, you could find from our dip powder accessories kit. We need to buffing the nail surface with more rough, but will grind the powder nails more evenly, because later we're going to apply the activator and the top on. So we need to use the buffer to buffing the nail surface. We every time to buff the surface to let the surface more rough. And don't forget the critical part. As you can see, when you see those sequins, you will find the designs is so gorgeous. Because every time when you're using our fast shine dipping powder, you do not need to using all those colors. You can select some color and combine some color. That's the reasons why you buy so many kits. You could choosing different color from different kits. That you will find the designs will be more looks more good. You could try to using to select all those colors to make the design. And actually, you could to join our dip powder nails group, our GH group, that you have any suggestion or any experience how to using our kits, that you could share by that group. You could share your experience in your nail designs and your some great idea, the suggestions that you could share in that group, our Facebook group. So later you could scan you could find the screen on your right side. I don't know, left side or right side on your screen, that you can scan the QR code, then join our Facebook group. For that group, we are welcome for everyone to join our group, that we could communicate our experience, how to make our dip powders will get more perfect. So actually we could choose your suggestion that will make or more products for you. We welcome you join our dip group. And actually we got so many events too. We could, when you first to join our group, that we will give you some free gifts. and to have some more events for you. So it's better that you could join our group. And now we are finding the influencer, because the influencer, that means that you could to help to do more advertising for our products, that will get more favorable events or favorable price for our product, because we want to expand our brand for all of the nail lovers who will using the fast giant dipping powder kits, because this kit is kind of the new formula. It's different with other brands on the market. And actually later we will launch the no smell, the medical grade glue to the kit. So just focus on our GHdip. So when you're doing the buffing on your nails, every time you need to relax, and then to relax your finger, your hands relaxing, that you will get more perfect design. When you're doing the designs at home, you're doing the DIY nails. So here's the point. Our tutorial is so super easy to follow and super easy to do the designs. So no matter you are the first to watching our live stream, or you are already our long clients already, our old client already, so just give more suggestions for us and we will do better. So every time you need to do our process, and after during the filing you need to do the buffing, because you need to make your nail surface more rough. And here's the point, when you're using our fast giant dipping powder kits, every time I just only want to remind you, only using one time for the activator. For the tutorial, you could get more tutorial on YouTube or from our Facebook group or from our websites. So here's the points. When you're doing the buffing, please don't forget the critical part, because the critical part is kind of the important thing to avoid your powder nails to tree off from your nail plate. I think so many clients said, why my powder nails will be easily tree off maybe 2 to 3 days. Actually, from the first, you need to remove any oil from your nail bed by using the buffer. And later, we using the balm, the pH pad, or the balm prepads to help you to let your nail beds get dry. Then the powder will be more stick with your natural nails. And later, when you're doing the powder nails, you need to brush your base evenly. Here's the points. And final, after you dip the powder, you need to using the nail machine to do the file, and using the buffer to do the file too. So after the buffing, we need to use the dust removed brush to help you to remove any dust particle from your nail plates. And later, here's another key points too. So after the brush, we're using the lint-free wipe to wipe off any nails, the dust removed from your nails. Using the lint-free wipe to wipe off. Here's the important key points too. Because for this time, we need to wipe off any dust from your nail plate, because later we are going to using the activator and the top. If you want the top will be more stick with your nail, here's the important thing. So now, we are going to using our activator. For the activator, we need to brush it only one time. The only one time is after the buffing and the filing. You do not need to use it before the buffing and the filing because our fast shine dipping powder could be dried within 30 seconds by itself. We need to brush the activator from the middle left to the right. Every time you need to brush it evenly, no matter what the glue. After the activator, we need to apply the top coat. For the top, we need to using 2 times for the top. So every time you need to use it. If you find our base and top cannot open, do not force to open. You could keep it for the warm water for around 10 minutes. But if you find it still cannot open, just leave it to abandon it. And actually you could need to change another. For the top, we need to apply it 2 times. For the first layer, we need to apply very thin layer from the middle left to the right. Normally, if our like the speed of our nail technician, we are gonna to apply another layer on when you after brush 3 fingers. We need to turn back and to apply the second layer on. For the second layer, you need to apply much more than the first layer. And for our top, we need to use it 2 layers. When the first layer half dry but still sticky, that's you need to apply another layer on. So we need to apply this very thin layer for the first, from the middle left to the right. We need to apply this very thin layer from the middle left to the right, but every time, no matter what the glue, you need to brush it evenly every time. And then to turn to your hand to go back. For the first layer, we need to apply another layer on to your entire nail, the second layer. After the top, as you can see, our design already looks gorgeous. The top looks super shiny. You can see the line. So here, we are gonna to using the activator for this hand because we're just using only 1 time for the activator. You cannot using so many times for the activator because we are going to using it only 1 time. Here's our 1 time for this hand. For this hand, we are going to using the activator from the middle left to the right to brush it evenly every time. From the middle left to the right. But you need to focus on, you need to brush it for whole your nails, to your entire nails. Do not forget to apply it to your entire nail, because you want your top get dry and more shiny. So for the first layer of the top, every time you need to apply a very thin layer, but brush it evenly from the middle left to the right. And then you find the surface a little bit damp, but still half dry but still sticky, then immediately to apply another layer on to your entire nail. Do not wait, because our formula is different with other brands on the market. So if you are not first using our powder, I think you already know all process, but you are first to using our fast shine dipping powder. Here's the point. Do not let the first layer totally dry. You need it half dry but still sticky. That's to apply another layer on. From the middle left to the right, and turn to the finger to apply the second layer on. And this time you need to brush it evenly from the middle left to the right. Don't forget the nail edge. So actually you need to wait around 1 minute after 1 minute that you will find the top already dry. You can see the design for the silver one is from our G6605, the 146. So here's today's tutorial how to do the lollipop. So guys, welcome back. So here's today's powder kit, the G646. For this kit with 6 pieces, the classic red colors, as you can see. For the colors, you can see that it's so gorgeous. It's with the prom red, the pink red too. For this kit read, today we're going to share this design. As you can see, for this silver glitter, actually you can find from our G6605 kit. The silver glitter, you can find there 146 for this color, the silver glitter. So actually for this kit, the G646, you will find you have the limited time planning deal on your Saturday, the 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., the 8th August, the Pacific Daylight Time. If you are want to know more events, you could join our this group. You can see that the GHdip, the dip powder glue. That's you could join us. You could share your experience how to make your nails, and we got so many events there. Now here's me, and here's so many nail lovers to communicate their experience how to do their nails well. So thanks for your support and see you next time, guys. Bye.